Hey, good morning and welcome to Richard Hackworth's politically incorrect, unscripted, and uncensored advice for traditional martial arts school owners. Today's topic, I'm not an expert. I know there's a lot of times I give advice and people ask, well, Richard, are you really an expert on this, an expert on that? Well, I'm not an expert on everything. And when I say I'm not an expert, what I'm saying is that people might not recognize me as such. But the thing is that I'm going to come to you from the heart and tell you what worked for me. And so when it comes to succeeding, I have this philosophy that you fail forward. And every time I made a mistake, I learned from it. And that's what you have to do. And the idea behind getting a mentor and getting someone to help you is that you get to learn from their mistakes. You don't have to make those mistakes, which means that you move forward at an accelerated pace. You succeed at an accelerated pace because they help you avoid the setbacks that can cost you years of progress, that can cost you tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue because you didn't know certain things. And I'll give you an example. When it comes to teaching, I know some guys that are really, really awesome martial artists, really skilled, but their classes are boring. They teach like crap. And when I talk to them about, have you thought about adding this to your class or adding that to your class and doing this? And they always tell me the same thing. I know those things. I said, well, why aren't you doing them? I said, I forget. You forget? You forgot to do it? Yeah. Well, that's why we use lesson plans. Having a plan is what helps you succeed quicker. If you were going on a trip, you would want to know ahead of time which direction you were going. If you were trying to get from Florida to Texas, you wouldn't drive north for 2 days and then go, wait a minute, I don't think we're getting any closer to Texas. No, you would have an idea of what the route needs to be. And that's what you need to do with your classes and with your goals. Have a plan. And I know I've talked about this before, and I'm talking about it again because it's important. And it reminds me of a minister that for a few Sundays in a row, he kept giving the same sermon. And then finally somebody asked him, hey, preacher, how long are you going to give us this sermon? How many times? He said, until you get it. And I thought, wow, that's a powerful lesson. You gotta do things until you get it. Just like you tell your students, they'll ask you, how many times should I practice this technique? Well, you tell them you practice it until you've got it perfected or nearly perfected. And nobody's perfect. And I hear that a lot too. Nobody's perfect. And it's like, yeah, we're not saying we're perfect, but our goal is perfection. Our goal is to improve from where we are. And the only way to improve yourself and improve your students and improve your school and improve every aspect of your life is to lay out a plan. So keep that in mind. And like I said, from the heart, whether you think I'm an expert or not, I can tell you one thing. I failed at a lot of stuff, and I can tell you how not to do it. And so in that aspect, I can help you avoid a lot of the mistakes that are down the road for you. And like I said, just simply having a plan will help you get ahead in life. And if you don't have a plan, you don't have to worry. I have one that's working, and we can customize it to your needs. So if you need a mentor, if you need to improve your life, if you need to improve your school, grow your school, reach out to me, and we'll talk about what can happen. All right, like I said, that was from the heart, and just take it for what it's worth. And if you're having trouble with something, go to our group, ask a question, and we have a lot of people on our team that are there to help you. All right, this has been Richard Hackworth's politically incorrect, unscripted, and uncensored advice for traditional martial arts school owners. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, and don't forget to join the group.